So what's happening? So the first thing is memory. Memory is, we tend to think of memory like a VCR tape, right? Like we have this memory and it's indelible and it's put in like this shelf somewhere in our brain. And whenever we think of the memory, we pull it off of the shelf, kind of like a book. And we read the book and we put it back. But our brain puts it back. That's how we think it is. Yeah, that's not true. The way memory works is every time that you access a memory, it's changed. It gets put somewhere. And the weird thing is let's say you were studying for a psych test and you spent hours studying for the psych test. And while you're studying, you're listening to whatever music you listen to, hard rock, Bach, whatever it is. And while you think that you're studying productively, because you're spending all these hours doing it, the truth is the information that you study all that time may not actually get put in the right spot. There's no guarantees, especially if you listen to, like a particular music and your head's bobbing and you're singing along and you study a little bit and you're studying and you're singing, and so the information may not be encoded correctly. Maybe put, under the childhood section in your brain versus in the psychology studying section of your brain. And so this is a problem, as you can imagine, because it creates unproductive studying. And by extension, if you're trying to work, say, make art, whatever it is, it could cause problems, because the thing about the brain is there are brain states. There are brain waves. There are thetas and gammas and alphas. These are all brain waves, and they all correspond to brain states. And so ideally, what you want, if you're studying, is that your brain stays in a particular state. The theta state, the delta state, whichever state, right? The thing is that it takes 10 minutes to shift into a particular brain state. Let's say the studying state, right? Or the creative state. It takes a certain amount of time, and it takes that long for you to fall out of it. So that's why I'm suggesting binaurals and isochronics. A little bit about what those are. So, talking about these brain states, right? The brain states correspond to these brain waves, these thetas, these gammas, these alphas. And so what's funny about the brain is that when you hear a sound, you have two ears. And your ear hears, and then your brain decodes. It says, oh, you're listening to a bird. Thetas, gammas, deltas, alphas, binaurals, isochronics. They take advantage of the fact that the two ears, what the two ears are hearing, are meshed by your brain. And they put your brain into a specific state. And as long as you're wearing headphones over the ears, in ears, whatever, not a radio, radios, or not a radio, not speakers, right? You want headphones. By listening to these isochronic and binaurals, it holds your brain in that state. Because what these isochronics and binaurals are is one frequency slightly out of phase. And what happens is, because it's slightly out of phase, when your brain decodes the frequency, it puts it into that state. So if you're working, if you're studying, then it holds you in that state. Keeps you from, hearing distractions and phone and TV and whatnot. It keeps you in that spot, and you don't have to worry about falling out of it, which totally increases the likelihood that you will have a productive session. And if you're interested in checking this out, the absolute best place on the net is mynoise, mynoise.net. There's many, many, many soundscapes. And the best part is, that you give the guy like $5, $6, $7, whatever, you're good for your life. Like, he just wants one donation, and then you're good. So definitely recommend mynoise.net. If you look through, once you give him his $5 or whatever the number is, whatever you feel comfortable, then you'll find he's got binaurals, he's got isochronics, and the coolest thing about the site is that you can layer the different tones, because isochronic frequencies, they don't sound like music. They sound like right? So in order to make this comfortable, then you're going to take the Asian garden sound, and you're going to mix it. Once you mix it, then you have your isochronic, your binaural, whatever it is, and you're good. I apologize. This is 8.5 minutes. I did not mean it to go this long. You can skip through it if you need to, whatever. But I hope this has helped. Definitely check out mynoise.net. Give the guy his $3 or $6, whatever the number is. I think I gave him $10 like 4 years ago. Still have access. Yep. So, like I said, sorry it's a little bit long.